Hey travelers, it's Kelly here, your trusted vacation agent, bringing you the latest updates on flying in 2025. If you're planning a trip this year, you'll want to know all about these major airline rule changes that are reshaping the way we travel. From stricter carry-on policies to exciting tech upgrades, and yes, some frustrating new fees. I've got all the details to help you prepare for your next flight. So grab your boarding pass and let's dive into what's new in the skies this year. Let's start with one of the biggest changes, carry-on luggage restrictions. Many airlines are shrinking the size limits for carry-on bags to align with international standards. The new maximum dimensions are 22 by 14 by 9 inches. So if your bag doesn't meet these requirements, it could be checked at the gate, and likely for a hefty fee. What's more, budget airlines and basic economy fares are cracking down on the number of items you can bring on board. Some tickets now only allow a single personal item that must fit under the seat in front of you. This means no carry-on suitcase unless you pay extra. And don't think you can sneak by with a camera bag or blanket. They're counting everything as part of your allowance. To avoid surprises at the gate, measure your bags before you travel and double-check your airline's policy when booking. If you're in need of a new bag, consider investing in one specifically designed to fit these updated dimensions. Think of it as having an excuse to upgrade your travel gear. It's also an excuse for us to plug our video on must-have carry-on luggage for your next getaway. Check it out here. Speaking of fees, airlines are continuing their trend of charging more for checked luggage. For example, Air Canada now charges $75 for your first checked bag on certain routes and $100 for a second bag. These fees can add up quickly, especially if you're traveling as a family or bringing back souvenirs from your trip. Here's a tip. Prepay for your baggage online before arriving at the airport. It's usually cheaper than paying at check-in or at the gate. And if you're trying to save money, like most of us nowadays, consider packing light and sticking to just a personal item. Though that's easier said than done for most of us. Now for some good news. Airlines are rolling out exciting tech upgrades that make flying a bit more enjoyable. Free messaging is becoming standard on many major carriers like Delta and United, allowing passengers to send texts via apps like WhatsApp and iMessage without paying for Wi-Fi. Just make sure to download these apps before takeoff, because downloading anything mid-flight is about as reliable as airplane coffee. Another welcome improvement is Bluetooth connectivity on newer planes. This means you can finally use your wireless headphones with seatback screens instead of fumbling with those awkward airline-provided earbuds, which often aren't free anymore. Pair this with upgraded entertainment systems that now include meditation apps, games, and even options to let flight attendants know whether or not to wake you for meals, and it's clear that airlines are stepping up their game. However, there's still one downside. Power outlets remain scarce. Most planes only have 2 outlets per row of 3 seats, and many still rely on outdated USB-A ports. If your devices use USB-C chargers, pack an adapter to avoid running out of battery mid-flight. With passenger demand at an all-time high and airlines operating fewer routes than in previous years, most flights in 2025 are completely full. This means competition for overhead bin space is fierce. So, if you're able to, board early or at least on time if you want to store your carry-on above your seat. A quick tip, if the bins near your seat are full when boarding, look for space further ahead rather than behind your row. Storing your bag behind you can delay deplaning since you'll have to wait for everyone else to exit first. Full flights also mean longer waits for bathrooms, especially during peak times like right after takeoff, after meal service, and just before landing. To avoid the rush, set an alarm on your phone for about 2 hours before landing so you can use the bathroom while it's still relatively clean and available. Gone are the days when choosing your seat was free during online check-in. Airlines like United and Air Canada now charge fees even for basic seat selection unless you're willing to accept whatever random seat they assign. Hello, middle seat. If you're traveling with kids under 13, US airlines are required by law to seat families together without additional charges. But solo travelers might want to play what's called check-in chicken. This involves waiting until the last minute to check in online in hopes of snagging a better leftover seat without paying extra. It's not guaranteed, but worth trying if you're determined to save money. If you do decide to pay for seat selection, choose wisely based on your needs. For less turbulence, sit over the wings. For better sleep, pick a window seat. For more legroom, opt for exit rows. For quick deplaning, sit near the front. For fewer disturbances, avoid seats near bathrooms or galleys. Personally, I prefer an aisle seat near the back third of the plane. It gives me easy access to get up without climbing over anyone while still being far enough from the high traffic areas. Unfortunately, comfort isn't what it used to be on planes. Many airlines are installing slimmer seats with reduced padding called slimline seats to fit more rows into each aircraft. Recline options are also being limited. Some seats now only recline 2 inches instead of 4, and legroom has decreased significantly over the years. To make long flights more bearable, bring noise-canceling headphones, pack an eye mask, wear layers like a hoodie or sweater that can double as a pillow, and don't forget compression socks. They might not look stylish, but neither do swollen ankles. Remember when meals and blankets were included on most flights? Those days are fading fast. Many airlines have switched to a buy-on-board model where even long-haul flights may not include complimentary meals unless pre-ordered online. If meals aren't included in your ticket price, pre-ordering is usually cheaper than buying on-board and guarantees availability. No more, "sorry, we're out of chicken" moments. Similarly, some airlines now charge for blankets and pillows, so bring your own travel essentials if comfort is important to you. Unfortunately, theft during flights is becoming more common, especially on overnight routes where passengers are asleep or distracted. To protect yourself, store personal items behind your legs instead of under the seat. Use carabiner clips to secure zippers on bags stored in overhead bins. Avoid leaving valuables like phones or passports in seat back pockets. They're easy targets. And remember, always keep an eye on your belongings during boarding and deplaning when theft is most likely to occur. Starting May 7, 2025, U.S. travelers will need a Real ID compliant driver's license or other approved identification, like a passport, for domestic flights. Don't wait until the last minute. Check if your ID meets these requirements now so you don't risk being turned away at security. Check out our detailed video on new rules being implemented in 2025. Finally, airlines like American and United are enforcing stricter dress codes this year, including banning passengers from flying barefoot. While this might seem like common sense, seriously, who flies barefoot? It's worth noting that failing to comply could result in being denied boarding or even removed from a flight. Flying in 2025 comes with its fair share of challenges, but also plenty of opportunities to make travel smoother if you know what to expect ahead of time. From packing smarter to embracing tech upgrades on board, staying informed is key to navigating these changes like a pro. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips. Let me know in the comments which airline rule changes surprised you the most. Until next time, safe travels.